I meant to cut the snake, but I meant to cut the head of the snake. So my special will no longer be in Philly. It'll be in New
I intended to cut the snake, yet I intended to cut the top of the snake. So my unique will as of now not be in Philly, it'll be in New York at the Barclays, where I cut off the head of Chris Rock. Is there an opportunity that the second, when Will Smith pummeled Chris Rock at the Oscar function, might have been an exposure stunt in the midst of the tsunami of inclusion? The episode released that hypothesis, was drifted in certain quarters that Chris Rock is a specialist of destruction. I'm pull for Will Smith. My entire life I'd pull for this oak. And presently I watch Liberation, just to see him get whooped by the consistently blunt feline Williams. Chris Rock is one individual who sold spirits for distinction. And on the off chance that you set out to find the underlying story of his jokes, you might have the option to come clean with that feline. Might be let in spring no this year, Rock uncovered Disney's super rich bundle in his most recent Netflix, Exceptional Specific Shock, which sounds like a remarkable party. It was the initial time ever that the real-time feature appeared a live satire extraordinary occasion. And keeping in mind that everybody appeared to discuss the comic's reaction to last year's Oscars, where he was insulted by entertainer Will Smith on public TV, there was something else to the extraordinary, besides the most recent couple of minutes, where the humorist proudly discharged back at the true to life Aladdin star Summer. I used to take him to Disney a ton. He used to take him to Disney all the time, right? Yet I take them like typical individuals. No, that is correct. We went on the Illuminati bundle. A decent piece of his exceptional was devoted to his girls growing up rich and ruined in the Digit Rock. Referenced how he cherishes taking his girls to Disney parks. He shouts the amount he appreciates going to Disney, telling his crowd that he's a fan, yet since he's a popular comic Stones family, doesn't seek the customary treatment at the parks. I used to take my girls to Disney a ton. I used to take them to Disney constantly. Yet I hate taking them like typical individuals. No, we went on the Illuminati bundle, pronounced Rock Illuminati bundle. Was that a joke or an endorsement? That is correct. The Illuminati bundle Rock isn't alluding to the Mickey's Illuminati group of superheroes. He's alluding to the mysterious society that evidently runs Hollywood in the unique the comic. Adds we weren't holding up in line to meet the characters like every other person. Nowhere behind the stage, chilling with the characters he playfully explains on this bundle. By communicating that specific characters participate in drug utilized behind the stage, and some even perform intriguing demonstrations. Yet it seems Rock Slap by Will Smith has nearer connections to secret society than you might at any point envision. Certain individuals think it was a directly up attack, and that Smith ought to have been captured on the spot and imprisoned that evening. For these individuals, the Men in Dark entertainer was a harasser. And on the off chance that the individual making the wisecrack was the 6'1" 250-pound the stone, as opposed to the 5'6" 150-pound 54-year-old Chris Rock, he presumably would have remained situated and kept chuckling. Then again, a few others feel that Rock went excessively far, with a joke that appeared to be pretty much as new as a content from a film from the 90s. And that Will was doing the gallant thing by safeguarding the lady. And he's hitched to yet maybe the most fascinating interpretation of the entire situation is that it was just an arranged activity, assembled by the Illuminati, as the two entertainers are asserted to be senior individuals from the mysterious society. Yes, that is correct. The Illuminati, the supposed mystery society of reptilian outsider shapeshifters, masked as people that covertly ruled the world and programmed society. Through its diversion, those individuals highlight an assortment of proof that shows that the Illuminati had their fingerprints all around the previous year's Oscars. Show those incorporate the program books, which show the Oscar sculpture outlined in a triangle, which many case to be an Illuminati image, the sceneries of the stages all being loaded with triangles, again, Illuminati images. And the behind the stage, make administration region brimming with outrageous blazing warm Cheetos, which are probably the authority Cheetos of the Illuminati. Among the convictions being drifted by these generous trick scholars is that Will Smith is really a psyche-customized conditioned robot of the Illuminati, and that Jada Pinkett is his regulator. They highlight the proof that Smith was snickering at Rock's joke until one cold look from Jada changed his disposition totally, and he went from joyfully snickering to stepping to the stage to slap shake like a fella with a twisty mustache, hoping to provoke him to a dual Jada, I love you G.I. Jane. Also can hardly stand by to see it okay. Applause. The conspiracists mark down such clarifications as definitely Buddy is a complete brown nose, and on second thought favors such clarifications as definitely Man is an all-out brown nose who is additionally essential for a highly classified mind control program called NF Ultra that has been programming VIPs for more than 100 years to control general society, and Jada is his Illuminati internal circle overseer. Those individuals likewise highlight past African American hotshots who have been dependent upon monstrous falls in their professions, like Michael Jackson, Martin Lawrence, and Kanye West, and say that at whatever point an African American man turns out to be too large of a star, the Illuminati undermines him somehow or another. That is what Katt Williams brought in straightforward terms, selling your spirit. Those scholars have additionally highlighted Dave Chappelle and said that Chappelle was cautioned about this occurrence to him, which is the reason he chose to leave his vocation, drop his agreement with Funny TV, and move to Africa back during the 2000s. It's an intriguing take for sure. We have hardly any familiarity with the Illuminati part or the brain control thing. Yet it is surprising that there are so many enormous African American stars who wind up experiencing rehashed entanglements when they're at the level of their prosperity, yet that could likewise be a bit of dated prejudice. As per a few pundits, there's one more way of thinking that says that Will Smith isn't, as a matter of fact, a brain-controlled drone, and on second thought was completely conscious of his activities, which he worked out and arranged with Chris Rock. Before the show, those individuals highlight different recordings of Smith showing small children in schools how he fakes punches and slaps in motion pictures. They likewise highlight the wimpiness of the slap he put on Rock and the way that some camera points show he scarcely contacted him. Also the way that Rock appeared to scarcely be impacted by it, heaping his hands in his pocket, and in a real sense dismissing it a while later. Goodness, Richard gracious, wow. Will Smith just smacked the out of me. A portion of these individuals feel that it was essential for an Illuminati plot to destroy the Constitution and the option to free discourse, and to place individuals into an outlook that it's not unexpected to see savagery being utilized to smother free discourse. Others say that the Illuminati don't have anything to do with it, and on second thought it was only the Foundation hoping to make an exposure stunt, since evaluations have been in the latrine lately. So they concocted the plot to have these two fighting stars appear to get into a squabble to get everybody talking and sharing images for the week following the occasion. With everything taken into account anyway, you take a gander at it focuses towards the way that the two stars might have joined with Satan himself. The Oscar slap wasn't the first of Chris Rock's numerous dubious minutes, some that might be sufficient proof that he is being controlled, as Katt Williams charges. Back in 2019, the comic posted an image with Betty White's image on it, and the subtitle, "The Principal Thing Individuals Say When a Mass Shooting is Declared." When analyzed intently, the inscription can be deciphered as Betty White, as the image turned into a web sensation. During that time, Rock was blamed for bigotry against white individuals. Simultaneously, the adults entertainer was vigorously reprimanded for poking fun at a difficult issue in America days, after a man 23 individuals in Texas, and one more shot 9 more in Ohio. Feline accepts that Rock is being utilized to depict individuals of color as bigots not long after Rock caused himself problems once more subsequent to tending to the drop culture that was wild in Hollywood around 2019. For an entertainer poking fun at the large issues in our general public today, is all the more a gamble rather than it was a long time before in light of this rock impacted the present drop culture. As he introduced an honor during the 2019 New York Film Pundit Circle, he would proceed to say that those in his industry are in anxiety toward this culture, which is currently prompting exhausting and unfunny substance on the off chance that it was a long time back I could offer something truly hostile and entertaining at present. Yet I can't do that any longer, so hello rock, said the comic would go on the Morning Meal Club radio years. After the fact to make sense of his perspectives on drop culture, more he said that it's odd as a humorist when his jokes are not gotten well by the crowd rock added that he receives the message and individuals truly don't need to drop him. What happens is everyone gets protected, right? And when everyone gets protected, and no one has a go at anything, things get exhausting. Certain individuals should be paid special attention to. I most certainly comprehend that. What?